beautiful people, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. So we are going to do a review of the Belle Collective Season 5, Episode 1, if you don't call it Corrective Dysfunction. So if you don't know, we have started with a new season of Belle Collective and also a new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And the ladies are getting into it on the first. Well, actually, no, we're not. I was just looking at a preview of a future episode. They're catching up after 7 months. Remember, it went down at the reunion where Marie wanted to fight. And she wanted to fight Latrice. And she had Letitia trying to back her up. So because of that, the ladies haven't talked in a while. Another thing we left off with, where we have Aikisha trying to open up a business on Farish Street. As you know, Farish Street is a historical part of Jackson, Mississippi. And they said that the only way that she could get a business, or that was what was put out on the show, was that it has to be legacy, meaning that your family had to be part of it. We had Letitia trying to open something and it wouldn't happen, but then we have Aikisha swoop in now, and it seemed to be working for her. So we start out with, we see Aikisha walking into the building, and she's calling Willie because Willie is back in Jersey, but she's in Mississippi, and she's calling Willie to let him know that and let us know that her proposal was accepted, and she's gotten the green light to move forward with opening her franchise of Bricks and Hops in Mississippi. So she told us that within the break that we had, that her and the whole family had packed up and moved back north, back to Jersey, and that's when she got the news that her proposal was accepted. So she packed up with the kids, and head back to Mississippi. So now we have them living apart again. She's on the phone with her husband, showing him, what has happened so far. And then we see So Gucci come and visit. So Gucci is telling her she's catching up, everybody's catching up. So she's like, what happened with the assault charge? So Gucci told her that they basically came down to a no contact order. So Gucci and Selena cannot contact each other, not on Instagram, not on social media, nowhere. Leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. So that's what it came down to. She said her husband JJ was there to support her, but she was surprised to see Tamara in the courtroom. Yeah, she said she was surprised to see Tamara in the courtroom supporting Selena, and she was wondering what is she doing there. But according to her, she approached her husband. She approached JJ and told JJ that she was subpoenaed, and that's why she's there. But so Gucci feels that that's a lie, that she was there to support her friend Selena. So her telling a lie. But we're gonna talk about that in a minute. So Aikisha was like, you know what? It's way past time that we get together. So she sends out a group text for the ladies that she wants to have a get together, and she expects to see them. She gives them a date and everything. So we're gonna see that follow up. So we leave them there now, and we see Letitia and Glenn. They're at their rental property. Glenn is there working. Letitia comes in. She's supposed to come help him do some work, and she comes in, sit down, and open up her laptop and is asking questions like, when is this gonna get fixed? When is this gonna get fixed? And Glenn was like, I'm not your employee. Are you here to help me? Or are you here being a boss? She gets in the confessional and tells us that Glenn cannot handle the elevated her, because as you know, there was a power struggle right back there with all of the past episodes where Glenn was like, you're my wife, I want you to stay home and just take care of the son while I go make the money and come home. And Letitia was like, no, I want to do my own thing, and you're just gonna have to get used to it. So because of that, there was tension. They were separated for a while. They were supposed to be a vow renewal, and Letitia's like, that has been put on hold because Glenn is not where I need him to be right now, so therefore we're putting this on hold. We're just here in this project space because we've had this house and we've rented it, to a few families for the past few years, and I think it's time for us to sell it. So therefore, they're getting it fixed up to actually sell it. And Glenn is looking for some help from her. She's like, why don't we just hire a contractor? He's like, no, because I know how to do everything, so therefore we're not gonna hire no contractor. One thing I want to point out, that rap music that was playing when the shot of Glenn working came up, I honestly think that's one of Glenn's songs. If that's his song, I'm like, okay, give it up, buddy. Stay with the contracting business, because that about daddy's home, your daddy's home. I think that was Glenn's song. If it's not, then my bad, but I honestly think that was his song. You got a chance to play his rap song. Yeah, the elevated me. She's like, you don't know how to handle elevated me. She gets on her computer. She's telling him also about the brunch that's coming up. She's gonna see all the ladies and stuff. And then she's like, well, gotta go, you guys. So she gets up and leaves him there to do all the work. So now we have Latrice. Congratulations on your new venture, Latrice. I did see it on Instagram where you had your grand opening of your restaurant. She said it's a restaurant, a lounge, a cigar bar, and then above that is gonna be condos. One word, ventilation, girl, because all those odors coming up and into these people's homes that you're supposed to be renting, that will not be good. So make sure that you have a great HVAC system, because it's gonna be necessary. But they did have the grand opening of the restaurant. I saw it on Instagram. I know some of the other people from other shows went. I think I saw Stormy and Courtney went to go support her. I forget who else I saw, but she did do a nice grand opening of the restaurant Taste. So congratulations to you and Cliff on another venture of your business. She's also opening Goddess Lens 2.0. So she's moving. But remember at the reunion when Marie flung those words at her talking about go honor your prenup and you don't have nothing in your name. And then Latrice was like, go buy a car or go get a car. I'm like, oh Jesus. So we're gonna talk more about that later on. But yeah, Latrice is good with the comeback and making up names for people. In this episode, what she called the two ladies, big back something. Forget about being princesses or queens. It's the big back something. I didn't write it down, but she's good. She is good with coming up for names for people. So then, now we are introduced to the newest Belle. We've seen her before, and it is Selena. It is JJ's ex-wife who So Gucci had the throwdown with at the party, at the baby shower, or whatever party that was, and glass was broken, and that's how they came to have an assault case against each other. So Selena has come, and she is being introduced to us officially through Latrice. She comes to the restaurant, and they're walking her through it, and she's giving her the layout and showing her things of where everything is going to be. And then Latrice asks her, so how was the court case? So she gives her the update as well as far as what happened. Same thing with So Gucci told us. And then Latrice told her that, we're supposed to meet up and have a sit down, and the only way I'm going is if Tambra goes. So yeah, so it so happened that Tambra does go to the party, so or the lunch or picnic or whatever it was. So it turned out to be pretty interesting. We're gonna get there. So then she called it the return of the big backs. I did write it down. That's what she calls Marie and Letitia. The return of the big backs, not the return of the queens. She said she's gonna go, and what they need at that luncheon is going to be prayer. She said, we need prayer. So now we have Marie and her family. That was with that scene. We have Marie and her family, her grandson and her daughter. They're heading to the park. And this is the part that got me upset. I said I wasn't going to review it, but I'm like, even if it's this first episode, I got to talk about it, because the audacity of some people. So Marie is there with her family enjoying. She has her two cousins come. What are their names again? I wrote it down. So Latanya and Maria, they come, and they're talking, how's everybody doing? And we have Maria tell her that they're getting ready to have a party, but somebody named Netta, I don't know who that is, must be another cousin, talking about they don't want Marie there. And Marie's like, what I do? All I do is go to work and go home. Why can't I come to the party? She tells them, she gives them some updates about her mom. As you guys know, her mom is struggling with substance abuse. So, you know, she wants her to do rehab. The mom is like, all I'm gonna do is go there, go through it, and get back to the street. So why bother? And I'll remember for the past episodes, we see Marie trying to get her mommy out of the drug house and stuff like that. Driving around looking for her and Essie driving all over the place looking for her mother, and her mother just end up back where she wants to be. So she said she's gonna leave her alone. She's in and out, you know, of the family. She comes when she wants and then she goes. So she's good to go. Just gonna leave her alone to do what she does. But back to these two ladies. They had the nerve. Marie tells us about a cousin, Netta, I believe, he was an ex-stripper. So she comes and she wants a job. So Marie gives her a job in her accounting firm. However, they want more. They're telling Marie that because I'm assuming that they don't film on the show or Marie don't bring the cameras around to that side of the family, that she's ashamed of them. Come the hell on. You see, she have what happened with her son and her son's baby mother, where the young lady got killed, and now she has to help raise the child. Her teenage son has a baby. That's why she's a grandma. And then she has her mom she's struggling with, and now she got to come over there to come deal with y'all. And then you're telling her that you guys feel that she's ashamed of them, and that's why she don't bring the camera around. Maybe she just don't want no more drama in her life. Don't forget, she's also dealing with an illness. She tells us in a confessional that it's gotten better. She has lupus. It has gotten better. She's off a certain drug, and because of that, she has lost a lot of weight, which is congratulations to you, Marie. And these ungrateful people want more. You give enough already, and they want more. Why don't you guys just be there to support her, and with that, it will come where you will be part of her world again. But who is this Netta person? Did we meet Netta before? Because that name sounds familiar, so I don't remember if we met Netta. Can somebody tell me in the comments? Have we met Netta before? And who is she to Marie? I'm thinking it's another cousin. But the fact that they're talking about, oh, you don't show us, more often, and I feel that we feel that you're ashamed of us as a family. And Marie was like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that is not the case. I'm dealing with my own ish over here. So I've done as much as I can, and if that's how you feel, then too bad. So let's see what happened. I'm hoping we get to see Netta, but I think they came off kind of ungrateful. In my opinion, they came off to be ungrateful. She's done so much for so many people, and they still want more. Like, come on, what you want? Because they even said it. We see that, you're better than us. Not better, but you've actually got more accomplished than us. And Marie was like, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to break the cycle. I don't want to be over here doing stuff where, I'm going to get in trouble or whatever. But I have a business I'm running. She's opening yet another treatment center. I mean, I think it's number 5 or 6 at this point. So she's doing good. She's giving y'all jobs, putting y'all on. So what's the problem? Now you want to be on camera filming with her, and what? Why? To stress her out even more? Oh, come on with the mess. So yeah, that's my little rant regarding Marie and her family. So now we are at Aikisha's luncheon. We see she's waiting on everybody to come. Everybody shows up, hugs and kisses. How you doing? Good to see you. We had some really warm interaction. Others were lukewarm. We see where So Gucci lightly shook Latrice's hand. She slowly held it out. We have Letitia saying, oh, I noticed you didn't hug me back, Latrice, but that's okay. She's like, that's cool, boo. As your bigger sister, I'm still gonna come and whatever. That's her in the confessional. She didn't tell her that to her face. We see Aikisha take the ladies on a walk to the new location of Bricks and Hops. That's gonna be a franchise of a restaurant or lounge that they have here. I believe it's in the Bronx, in New York, or further up Westchester, Yonkers, somewhere they have a restaurant. I didn't look for the information before I came on, but they do have like a lounge or something going on. So she's gonna open up another one in Mississippi, her and Willie. And we do have Latrice going in the confessional saying that she feels good that Aikisha is actually sharing this with them, and she's proud of her and stuff like that. So she's like, all right, where's Marie? Marie texts and says she's not coming because she has another event to attend. Actually, she's opening another facility, so she needs to be there for that. They sit down at the table now. Of course, we have what's involved? A charcuterie board. Every reality TV show has a charcuterie board. And I'm assuming it's because it's easier to prepare than to actually do full meals. So, you know, you have cold cuts on the charcuterie board. You usually have some sort of bread. You have cold cuts, you have cheese, and you have fruits. And then you have wine and water or sparkling cider or whatever you have with it. So I guess it's an easier way to get a meal in and not bulk up. So all these reality shows are doing it. Everywhere you turn around, it's a charcuterie board, charcuterie board, charcuterie board. So yeah, so they sit down at the table and everyone is talking now. One of the topics that were brought up by Aikisha is that we're finding out that, you know, these girls are going behind each other's back and talking. And that is what Latrice said. Yeah, we could be sitting here talking, but then as soon as we leave here, we have that catty behavior where people are talking behind everybody's back. How can I be sure that it's not happening? And Aikisha said, yeah, because that's how I found out, Letitia, that you and Glenn were trying to set Willie up with some girl. And Letitia was like, where you get that from? She's like, Latrice told me what you and Glenn were about to do. And then Aikisha said one thing she could say about Willie is that he is not disrespectful to his wife. So you go ahead, Aikisha. You let these ladies know that your husband is respectful and behave well. Not like Glenn and Cliff, as you're saying, allegedly. Yup. So she let them know, and that was her piece, she said. Then we have so Gucci talking to Tambra and saying, you know, I felt that, you know, you telling us that your subpoena was a lie. So Tambra was like, well, the attorney that represented Selena is a family attorney, and I am a prominent person. She's like, I'm a respectable person in this community. She's like, I'm a prominent person, and if he subpoenas me, then I have to go. So Gucci was like, but I felt that you came there to come testify for Selena on her behalf, and then when it wasn't necessary. So she had to say her piece. Those two still don't like each other. I don't think a lot of these ladies around the table like each other. Then we have Aikisha again bringing up. She said certain interactions we were concerned about from what the ladies were saying. And she's talking to Latrice at this point. Latrice was like, what type of interaction? She said, well, I don't want to get in your marriage or anything. And Latrice was like, no, go ahead and say it. She said, well, when you show up places with bruises and we see how, you know, the arguments in public and stuff, and that's the insinuation right there that these ladies are talking about is that Cliff abuses Latrice, allegedly. I'm going to fling that word in there. And the ladies are seeing it, and Latrice is not, she's not acknowledging it or living up to it, or just saying, well, you know, that's supposed to be between her husband behind closed door. But if he's in there, you know, beating you, girl, to the point where you have black and blue, and, you know, he's gonna one day probably take you out of here, you gotta say something. These ladies are supposed to be her friends, but she doesn't feel that way. She doesn't feel like she can be open to them and talk about certain things because she doesn't trust any of them. And I can understand why. But she says in the confessional that if what Aikisha said, and if she come to her with it again, she's gonna gather her herself. So that's where we are with the ladies at the round table. Letitia did say, you know, she's grateful for the collective because of the collective that she has been successful in her ventures, in her businesses. I'm guessing she's not really gonna take a back step or a back seat to Aikisha. Know that Aikisha has actually gotten further than Letitia has regarding Farish Street, but she is supposed to be right there with her, but Aikisha seems to be taking the lead. Aikisha says she is trying to get the collective back together, but if these ladies keep going left, then she's gonna go right, and she's gonna keep on going and go do what she needs to do. So that's where we are with the ladies at the round table. They got up, they hugged each other. I believe Letitia did ask Latrice if they could have lunch because she wants to talk to her. And Latrice was like, okay, we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's going to actually come to fruition, but she's like, we'll see what happens. So they got up and hugged each other, and they were out of there. They took some photos first as a group. Somebody said, yeah, we want proof that this actually happened. So they took some photos before they left out of there. Now the last scene of this episode is of Latrice going to the dentist. And of course, her dentist is her good friend, Dr. Antoinette. And if you remember, Dr. Antoinette was on the first season of the Belle Collective. She didn't come back for season 2. I did miss her. I think that's the reason I stopped watching it, because I liked her. And I think I didn't even know she was back this season, but it was just nice to really see her. So she goes to get her teeth cleaned. Latrice does. Antoinette is asking about everybody. She's like, Marie is crazy. She's like, on the reunion, I have Letitia talking about I try to get her husband. And she's like, I've been mad about that for 4 years. So Latrice was like, well, I'm supposed to have an event or something happen. I want you to come so you could see everybody. And she was like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to come. And Latrice was like, so you could help me gather these girls. So we're going to get to see more of Dr. Antoinette in this season of the Belle Collective. And that is where the episode ended. So this whole episode was really just touching base with everybody, finding out, where they are at this point. 7 months later, after the reunion, what's everybody doing? What's going on? So that's where we are with it. Glenn and Letitia, they're supposed to be getting the house ready to sell. We do have Latrice and her husband in another business venture, opening up a restaurant, lounge, cigar lounge, and residential facility. And who else got stuff going on? Oh, Tambra, congratulations, Tambra, on being a new mom. She says she is loving the whole process. Tambra has a little baby girl. Her and Demand had a baby girl, so they are loving, having a new baby around. So that's where her whole focus is. Besides her job at the radio station, she is enjoying mom life as it is right now. So we're going to get to know more about Selena. We've seen a lot of her in these past seasons, but we haven't really gotten to know her because she's been a friend of the show. So we'll get to know her more. And who else did I leave out? And Aikisha, yes, with Farish Street. I hope her project move forward. We had Latrice throwing shade, saying that even though she congratulated her, she was talking to Dr. Antoinette and said even though, she got approved for the project, the project need money. So Dr. Antoinette was like, is it a kind of like a GoFundMe situation? Because she's like, with Mint Mental, I made all that money. Mint Dental, I made all that money and did it all on my own. Girl, we know your daddy helped you. Didn't he help you? From what I remember, I think your daddy gave you a check, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Family needs to support each other. But she's saying she didn't go to GoFundMe for anything. And let me see who else is there as I'm thinking. So Gucci, what you got going on? So Gucci, I know you're a realtor and you also do like a fitness thing. So what's happening with you? Because you remember, ladies, these shows are supposed to help you propel and get other things outside of the show. So you hurry up and do it before these shows goes away, because once it's gone, it's gone. So that is it. I'm rambling. I just wanted to let you know that Belle Collective is back. I'm going to review it as much as I can. I do want to do the whole season, but I hate when, you're there reviewing, and then all of a sudden it stops. Like, okay. And nobody tells you that, this is the final season, the final episode of this season. All you know is you finish your last episode and you don't hear nothing. And I'm like, and then expect us to pick it up later on down the line when you don't really push it or promote it. But I came across this episode on YouTube, so I said, let me watch it and do a review. And I want to see JJ. That's the main reason I'm over here. To see JJ and and also to hear Latrice's name that she keep coming up with these ladies. What she called Marie at the end? She said Marie wasn't at the Mad Max Marie. She called her Mad Max Marie because Marie didn't end up at the luncheon. Latrice be coming off the top of her dome with these nicknames for people, and I'm loving it. Anyway, guys, that's it. Like I said, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure that you check out all of the links in the description. Check out my Etsy shop, clothing and accessories. Make sure you check out my check out my Shopify store for clothing and accessories, women's clothing and accessories. Check out my 2 Etsy shop. One is print on demand, the other is, and it has a variety of items there. And then we have our digital store also, and also we have our stand store where we sell or promote reels for you to help build your Instagram reel followers. So there it is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, share this video, leave a comment if you wish, and until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.